Let us think Africa. Let us build Africa. Let us move Africa forward. I lived in a rural community. I saw the challenges of the rural community, which has helped me, continue to help me throughout my life. I went to school with kids of farmers, and I realized that whenever the agricultural season was good, they had crops, they sold them, they made money. They wore good clothes, they paid their fees, and they were doing very well at school. Sometimes the seasons would turn bad, and when they would drop out of school, same kids. Education, you see, is the greatest asset you can have. You know, you may lose money today, you may lose your job today, but with knowledge, with education, you can do anything. You can create businesses on your own. You can adapt. People ask me, why did you start wearing bow ties? I started wearing bow ties when I was made Minister of Agriculture in Nigeria. And the reason was very simple. I looked around, I saw that people thought agriculture was some kind of a drab profession, and I knew that the size of the food and agricultural market in Africa by 2030 is going to be a whopping $1 trillion. And so I needed to get Nigerians, and now in my role as president of the bank, to change their mindset about food, because food is big time money. It's the biggest money making business in the world. So I said to myself, I'm going to change my look. So I wear bow ties, and many people in Nigeria at the time were asking, is he the Minister of Finance or who is he? Or say, no, he's the Minister of Agriculture. So I get you to actually listen to me. I so much work to make sure that we can change all this perception thing. I got a guy who was one of the pop artists in Nigeria called D'banj. And I told D'banj, look, I need you to sing some songs for me. That folks will understand that culture is cool and sexy. That's what I wanted, right? And he sang a song called Coconut Chocolate, which means cocoa is chocolate, which means that you make money by transforming your cocoa into chocolate. It was big. When I was running for president of the bank, I took the 10-year strategy of the African Development Bank. I read it 10 times, line by line, 10 times, because I needed to understand the whole thing. Based on what I've read, I needed to be able to design something that will impact Africa in a way that people can easily relate to and understand. And that's how I came up with the high fives. This is what led me to launch a sharply focused vision and strategy for the African Development Bank, which we call the high fives. Light up and power Africa. Feed Africa. Industrialize Africa. Integrate Africa. And improve the quality of life of the people of Africa. This was a focused mission of how I felt that if we succeeded in all these areas, Africa would be different. And in fact, the analysis after that suggests so, because in the last 8 years, we've impacted on lives of more than 400 million people, from electricity to food to transport to education to all of those, to health and all of that. I am most proud of what we've done in a number of areas. First, let me start on the global side, which has to do with the positioning of the African Development Bank to mobilize more resources for Africa. That's what it was set up to do. Today we are at $318 billion for the bank. And we've also raised an additional $8.9 billion for the African Development Fund. So we're mobilizing a lot of capital on that particular side. Second is, I'm very excited about the work we're doing on electricity, our priority of light up and power Africa. And we've helped to connect more than several millions of people. Actually, when we started, the percentage of farmers, of people, and I'll come back to agriculture later, that were connected to electricity was roughly 25%. Now you have 52%. of the population of Africa connected to electricity when we started the New Deal on Energy of Africa in 2016. That's quite a lot. The most painful for me in life was losing my senior brother, Tunde, such an early age, in 1999. And it was so shocking for me. No, he wasn't sick or anything. And then he had malaria, and then he went to a clinic, and they just say, oh, we need to give you some intravenous injection. And that was it. And within 1 minute, he was dead. Well, because it was fake drugs. And therefore, till today, I still have it driving what I do, making sure that even as president of the African Development Bank, private healthcare centers in Africa are well equipped. As a bank, we launched, a big program on health, which is $3 billion to help to build healthcare infrastructure all across Africa. A lot of it was influenced actually by my own experiences, seeing how difficult it was to get good quality drugs and all of that. And we had, at the bank today, we're doing $3 billion of investing in having a pharmaceutical industry to emerge in Africa. It's not a job, it's a mission for me. And I just think that we can accelerate Africa's development, and we have. That is how I spend my moments, my minutes, my seconds. That's how I use the oxygen that God has given me. Always thinking of how to make things better. Africa will be like a lighthouse that I always see and go to, because it will never be ignored again.
It has been an extraordinary 10 years working together with you. Working together, hands joined, to support and make a difference in Africa. My dear wife, Grace, and I will deeply miss every single one of you. May God bless you all